Hello. So it's been a little while since I've sent any information about this, so I thought I would provide an update. Enoch Initiative is an organization that I volunteer for, and I have some really exciting news. You are some of the first people to know about this. But first, let me give you just a little bit of background. What is Enoch Initiative? Well, I'm going to go to the About Us page and read you the vision and mission statement. Our vision: create a sustainable and self reliant world free from poverty, malnutrition, and knowledge barriers. Our mission: to stimulate economic growth, promote self reliance, and foster greater unity among communities by providing coaching, resources, and alliances. But how do we do that? There are a lot of organizations out there that are trying to do that, and they're doing really well. I can think of Catholic charities, Latter day Saint charities, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. There's a lot of people trying to do good in the world and trying to lift people out of poverty and create a self reliant world. So, how is Enoch Initiative doing that? What value do they add? And let me tell you what it is. It all comes back to what the Lord said to Joshua, the prophet Joshua, which is believed to be a prophet by all the major Abrahamic religions throughout the world. And the Lord said to Joshua, "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success." At Enoch Initiative, we believe that a higher power that created the universe is self evident. But whether you believe that or not, it is good practice to align yourself with your values and what you believe and a higher purpose for your life. And that's where we believe the foundation of lifting yourself into a better situation comes from. And I could go on and on about this, but I won't, because it's all in our foundational principles course, which I'll talk about in a minute. But that gives you the foundation here. And there are also other groups trying to do that as well. I think of Dave Ramsey and Ramsey Solutions. I think they are a biblically based organization that helps lift people into higher financial places, lift themselves out of debt, and Dave Ramsey is very biblically focused. I think of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and their self-reliance programs. But one thing that makes Enoch Initiative different is that it's non-denominational. You could be Muslim. You could actually even be atheist. You could be Jewish or Buddhist or any religion and find value from this. We come from a non-denominational perspective, trying to connect people to resources. Another thing that makes Enoch Initiative different is habit tracking. We believe that that principle that I just read in Joshua is true, that if you connect to God and live the principles in the value-based text that you believe in that God teaches, which are very similar throughout the world. The golden rule is repeated all throughout the world. That is the way to success, ultimately. Think about this. Would you rather do business with somebody who is honest or somebody who's deceitful, right? Like, just living correct principles makes a difference in your life, and that's what we're trying to do. But to live correct principles, you have to go to the work to develop habits, and so that's where Enoch Initiative is kind of different from other organizations too, is that we start at the very foundation with something that we call our foundational principles course and a habit tracking app. And this is the new news that I want to share with you that's so exciting. So thanks for bearing with me as I kind of set the stage for that. It is our new habit tracking app. This is awesome. This is really cool. I could go on and on about this. I have loved using this, and I'm going to show you some things. So we start with some essential habits that we think are really valuable for people to develop in their lives. That starts with gratitude. And you can see here that I can mark off some of the habits. And as I do, even if I miss a day, it still keeps up that streak, which is pretty cool. And let's say that you have a goal with this habit of gratitude, or actually, I'm going to move to reading your sacred text. Maybe you're trying to read the Book of Mormon every day or whatever it is. Let's say that I have a goal to read a chapter every day, but even if I read 2 verses, I'm still going to count it. Well, I could mark it yellow here to mean I meet my minimum, and then maybe the next day I read a whole chapter, so I'm going to mark that green. And you can actually turn that off in the settings if you want to, so you can say, oh, actually, sorry, that feature is not turned off in the settings. But anyway, you don't have to use that. You could just use the green and gray if you want to. But you can see that it keeps your streak going. And then once you've done that a few days in a row, it gives you some confetti and says, hey, guess what? You have unlocked a new habit. And you can click right here and it opens up to our foundational principles course, which, by the way, you can listen to. And it teaches you about this new habit that you're about to start. And then you can start tracking that new habit. And you go back and forth like that. Let's say I'm going to mark these ones a few days in a row, and then I'll unlock another one and be able to go to a next lesson until you get the ability to be able to customize your own habits. So this is actually where I am. These are some of the habits that I consider the most foundational to my life. And I could go in here and I could add my own habits if I want to. I could add a habit of exercise if I wanted to, and put that in a health category and say I want to do that daily. And now I have a habit of exercise. I can delete that habit if I want to. So it's just like a lot of other habit tracking apps, but it's better. And once you get this app and you get into the foundational principles course, you're able to save this to the home screen on your phone, and it just acts like any other app. And why it's better is because if you go to your profile, you can actually see your habits. You can see your longest streak, your completed, all the times that you've completed, and you get a little progress tree right here. This will actually grow into a tree the more that you complete your habits. And if you don't complete your habits for a little while, it will shrink back down into a seed. And it is cool to see this grow into a tree. But it doesn't stop there. You can actually connect with friends on the Habit Share app. And when you check in every week, it gives you a chance to check in. You can see your friends' check-ins as well to see how they're doing this week, right? And you can message your friends. So I can go in here and I can send a message to one of my friends, or I can go back and I can go into a group message here. And we have people all over the world, literally, that are using this app right now, and it's really exciting. This is honestly, before we developed our own app with Enoch Initiative, we were using other apps that were out there, and our app, I can confidently say, I think is the best habit tracking app that I have ever used. And I know that other people feel that way too, because we've been doing user testing and being collecting feedback, and people tell us that it's the best app that they have used with habit tracking. And so that's the exciting new development. For those of you who I am emailing this to, I am just going to go ahead and send you an invite. If you're interested in joining, feel free to sign up. And if you do, send me an email back and let me know. And for anybody else that may end up stumbling across this video, just let me know if you're interested in trying it out. We have a wait list, and so if we get more people signing up than we can handle, then you'll be added to the wait list, and then we'll get you in there at a later time. But hopefully you don't have too much of a wait. I think that you'll get in pretty quick.